Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth meetup. I just want to start off firstly by saying I am incredibly impressed by the amount of submissions this week. Not only did everybody submit their projects, but there were some that were just completely outstanding. And as a result, I have 8 individual projects that I'd like to show off because I just found them to be incredible. I would have had more shown here, but I'm pretty limited on time. So I wholly advise you guys to check out your peers' works. It's pretty impressive. So let's begin with Tristia. So Tristia has a few different foods that you can send out to the animals. You have left, right arrows, C for cookies, S for steaks, and A for apples. So you can see the independent foods. And they only go to specific animals. So it's pretty important that you get it correct. And I'm very happy with this. It's really good work. Everything works as expected. And, I think the only thing that would possibly improve this is like a score counter and maybe a timer. A game over scene too. So really great work. Round of applause for Tristia. Up next, we have Nayara. This project, I found the scenery to be pretty darn incredible. Whether or not this was a scene that she created entirely on her own is beside the point. What I really am enjoying about this is the fact that it feels so complete. You got hills in the background. You can't see the horizon line. The animals are coming towards you, presumably from, behind trees a little bit. And, if she received this as a full asset in and of itself, I still think that it's pretty cool. The controls are very well made. So she followed all of the rubric, but I'm very satisfied with the environment. It's pretty cool. Up next is Kenny. So Kenny added a little bit of a different feel to his game. He added all of the environment aspects, so you can't see past the trees. But added to that, the camera follows the player, which nobody else in the class has done so far regarding this project. And I am very impressed by just the overall feeling of this. It feels really nice. Great work, Kenny. Up next is Jewel Rockwell. Jewel also went above and beyond with creating a full environment. And I believe you press... the mouse. So instead of using the standard spacebar and everything, Jewel added 2 independent food that you can spawn from the mouse itself. Tripped me up a little bit, and I found that to be pretty cool. And then, in addition to that, she added particles to the animals, and the animals, I believe, only take specific food. I could be wrong about that. But I really appreciate the extra effort that went into creating this project and making it feel pretty whole. So really good job. Round of applause. Up next is Armin. Armin also did kind of this feature of having independent foods to go to specific animals. So B and S are the controls for feeding the animals, and you have to provide the correct food to the correct animal. You can press N for new game. There's a timer and there's a score. So I'm really happy to see this because it definitely makes it feel like a complete game. Armin, you did fantastic. Round of applause for Armin. Up next is Josh. Josh went above and beyond to infinity and beyond, if you will, with his project. I think the only thing that would make this feel more like a retro shooter is if there's a little bit of a score counter, maybe a timer, and of course your character gets destroyed if it's hit by something. But without further ado, let's take a look at this. It's a 16-bit shooter made in Unity. The arrow keys allow you to move all over the screen, and you have independent bullets that you fire. If you just hold down your space bar, it just auto fires, which is pretty cool. Maybe some comets, maybe some other various objects in the scene. If they hit your spaceship and destroy them, that would be pretty cool. But this was a fantastic change of pace compared to everything else that I've seen. Definitely the only 2D game that was provided, and it's animated too. So really cool, very cool work. Thank you, Josh. Up next was Fatty Batty. Fatty Batty added the Ukraine Mega Bundle from the Unity Asset Store. But what I found to be pretty cool about this is, unlike the rest of the projects, Fatty Batty made it so that you can destroy the environment as well. So let's take a look at this. So you have Molotov cocktails. You're throwing them at independent objects in the scene, and look at that. We have some cows. We'll throw some Molotovs at the cows. Unfortunately, they don't explode or catch on fire, but you know, this is probably rated E for everyone. But you can attack the trees and cause problems for them. You know, despawn them, destroy them. What I really appreciate about this is there are also particle effects. You have this wind, or it's actually a sprinkler. You have the sprinkler on the left-hand side. You've got a bunch of different assets. I'm pretty sure there was sound to this, probably some animal sounds, if I recall correctly, and you know, it just feels very complete. So again, maybe the only thing that could improve this is like a score counter, but this is really great work. And finally, the last project that I want to show off is Deanna. Deanna has essentially a score counter on the left-hand side with the kinds of animals that you feed, but it randomly spawns which food or chew toy is being sent to the dogs. So I found this to be kind of fun. It's definitely a little bit different, and I really appreciate the inclusion of new icons on the left-hand side and just kind of experimenting with some UI. It's a really good start. So great job, Deanna. And everybody, you submitted incredible work this week. I really appreciate all of the uniqueness that was provided in these independent projects. Like, I haven't seen that in any of the previous classes. It was really nice to see just a huge explorative approach to these projects. So great work. I can't wait to see the challenge for this week, and I can't wait to see next week's work as well. See you later in class.